wondered how the internet seems to, read your mind? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the tech that makes all that happen. It's a kind of digital magic you actually run into every single day. It's a pretty strange feeling, right? You land on a website and it just gets you. It remembers your name, it shows you exactly what you're looking for, and it hides all the other stuff. It's not actually magic, of course, but it's a really, really clever system at work. Okay, so here's the whole idea in a nutshell. On the left, a brand new visitor gets a pretty generic hello. But look at the right. A returning user, Alex, gets greeted by name. It's the same website, the same exact spot on the page, but a totally different experience. The only thing that changed, the website knows it's seen Alex before. So how does this even work? Well, the best way to think about it is to imagine that every website has its own little smart assistant, one that's totally dedicated to tailoring the experience just for you. This assistant's main job is basically to cut through all the clutter. I mean, can you imagine if a site showed you everything it had all at once? It would be a mess. Instead, it filters all that content to show the right stuff to the right person at exactly the right time. Think about a simple weather app on your phone. It doesn't show you every possible forecast all at the same time. No, it checks a condition, what the weather is actually like outside, and then it shows you a specific message that's relevant to you. So if it's raining, then you see that reminder to grab a raincoat. It's such a simple rule, but it's what makes the app so incredibly useful. All right, so now that we kind of get the feel for it, let's give this magic its official name. Because this isn't just a trick, it's a fundamental part of how the modern web works. The official term is conditional content display. Now, that sounds a little technical, I know, but all it really means is showing or hiding parts of a web page based on a set of rules. You can think of it like a website making decisions on the fly. And the cool part is, these conditions can be just about anything. A website can check who you are you logged in, are you new? It can check what you're doing, did you just click a button? It can even check when it is, where you are in the world, or if a product is in stock. Basically, almost anything can be a trigger for a change. So how does a website actually make these decisions? Let's take a quick peek behind the curtain at the really simple but powerful logic that makes this whole thing possible. It all boils down to a super simple idea called if-then-else logic. It's just like it sounds. First, the computer checks if a condition is true, like, is the user logged in? Then it does something, like showing their profile picture. Else, meaning if the condition is false, it does something different, like showing a login button instead. That simple structure, it's the engine behind all web personalization. Okay, that makes sense. We get the what. The if-then logic. But where does all this decision-making actually happen? It's not just floating around in the cloud somewhere. The work is really split between two main places. There's the front end, which is just your web browser on your device, and the back end, which is a powerful computer, a server, somewhere out in a data center. A good way to think of it is the front end is what you see and touch, and the back end is the brains of the whole operation. Your browser is making little decisions all the time. You know when you click a menu icon and it just instantly opens? That's the front end, right there in your browser doing the work. It's super fast because it's all happening right there on your device. No need to phone home to a server or anything. But for the big stuff, the more complex or secure things, the website needs to check in with the back end. For example, to see if you have access to premium content, it has to go check a database securely. The server does that heavy lifting and then sends the right content back to your browser to display. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds pretty technical, right? Like something only a bunch of programmers can do. But here's the really exciting part. That's just not the case anymore. Modern website building tools have made it so anyone can create these amazing, dynamic experiences, usually with just a few clicks and without writing a single line of code. Let's take a real-world example. In a tool like WordPress, you can grab a piece of content, what they call a block, let's say it's a promotional banner, and you can just set rules for it from a drop-down menu. You can say, hey, only show this to people who aren't logged in, or only show this during our holiday sale. Behind the scenes, the tool is just turning your clicks into that same if-then logic we talked about. You're basically programming, but with a simple visual interface. So, we've seen what this is and how it works. But why is it so important? I mean, why should you care? Well, this isn't just some neat technical trick. It fundamentally changes our entire experience of using the internet. At the end of the day, by intelligently hiding all the information that isn't relevant to you, conditional content makes websites so much cleaner and easier to use. It cuts out the noise. For you, it just means less stuff to wade through to get to what you actually want. This is also what makes the web feel, well, alive. It's the difference between looking at a static printed page and having a dynamic conversation. The website actually responds to you, adapting in real time to what you do and who you are. And once you know what to look for, I promise you are going to start seeing this absolutely everywhere. The movie recommendations on your streaming service, the different menus you see as a site admin versus a regular guest, those special offers you get for being a loyal customer. It's all powered by conditional logic. So I've got a little challenge for you. The next time you're browsing online and a website just seems to know exactly what you want, just pause for a second. And just ask yourself this one question. What rule was just checked to show me that specific thing? Was it because I'm logged in? Was it because of something I clicked? Or is it just because it's Tuesday? You now have the key to understanding how the web adapts to you. You can see the logic behind the magic.